not, you need to get one. And you need to put it with your Bible. Okay, so whether you know anything about amethyst crystals, they are the master healer crystal, and they're very, very well known for you to keep by your bed. It's really good to help you stay calm. This might be good for you as well. A very good calming crystal, amethyst. Okay, so amethyst will be very, very good for keeping you calm. It's a master healer. It helps with arthritis, aches, pain, stress, anxiety. It's the master crystal. But you should always keep it by your bed and where you sleep at night, because it will heal you through the night, okay, and while you're resting, and it will help you have a better night's sleep too. Okay, so that's really important. I feel like I'm giving you a lecture, I'm so sorry. That's them, not me, okay?
Trish might be selling some next door.
Yeah, you never know. Or something will come up, you'll see one. But I can see, because you can get all different types of crystals, and you can get polished ones, smooth ones, but I feel like it's a cluster where it's a bit spiky. You know, when you get a raw crystal, it's a bit spiky. I think you should get one of those. If you haven't already, you should really get one, okay? Whether it's going to help you with any issues that you have already that I don't know about, or whether he's just really pushing it on you, okay? So just please listen, because this is the message. You won't leave me alone, okay? So it's very, very, very important. But also very, very important, make sure you get this crystal from somewhere that's a good source. It's not from anywhere that may have dark energies or anything like that. So make sure you get it from somewhere that you feel drawn to, and you'll just know, because you'll be like, I want that, and you'll take it straight away. Okay? I feel like you need to go to a physical shop and pick it up rather than buy it.
You'll be drawn to it.
Yeah, you'll be drawn to it, and you'll know, because you might think, oh, there's 4 crystals, and I'll pick that one up. No, I want that one. And just go with whatever your first instinct is, okay? Alright, okay. So I think that is the message, but I'll see if there's anything else. Is there anything else that anybody would like to bring through? Okay, I've just got this overwhelming feeling of happiness. So this person is very, very happy for you, very happy for how you've gone through your life. They're definitely saying that you're a very strong person, and you can achieve anything that you put your mind to. So don't change, keep being you, and keep moving forward as best as you can, okay? But always, always listen to your gut. So like that holiday, for whatever reason, I'm tingling all over, kissing my goosebumps. For whatever reason that you've decided not to go on this holiday, you've obviously had a gut instinct about it, so it's very important that you continue to listen to that. Okay?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for working with me. Thank you, Spirit, thank you. Right then, so see if we can get any more. Who else we can get through? Or something in the family. Maybe it could have been past tense or present, but someone's come to loggerheads. Something's happened and there's been a disagreement somewhere. I feel quite stressed about this. I feel like maybe you're stressed about this, or were stressed about this situation. Maybe it's certain people in the family, around you, or friends or something, that have just come to a disagreement. And it's become to the point where no one's talking anymore. They're not talking. And it mithers you because it's going to cause a split and make things more awkward for future events, family events, anything that you go to. It's going to cause an awkwardness. Okay? Can you take any of that?
I can take the rift, but it doesn't make me feel awkward.
Okay, but are you worried about future events being awkward?
No.
No? Okay. Okay, well maybe this is spirit worried about future events being awkward then. Okay. I can sense, I don't know why, I get the word niece, and I can sense girls. I feel like maybe this loggerheads is to do with girls having a bit of a rift, I don't know, or a female is involved. And I just get the word niece. So you could be the niece of this person in spirit, I don't know, or there could be a niece around you that's involved in this situation. No? Okay. Or is there anybody that's close to you that's like a niece, like a best friend's daughter, or something like that?
No.
No? Okay. Okay, now. So, I'm not really getting a lot right now, but normally that tells me that maybe this person might have lost their memory, maybe had a bit of Alzheimer's or something, or just in general might not have had a massive personality as such. I definitely feel like I'm with a female, a very, very gentle, petite, very, very gentle and kind and caring, but she would be very, very strict. any of that. Anybody at all take any of this? No? Okay, sometimes that happens, sometimes they bring through information that we just don't know about. Okay. So, I now feel like a teapot. So, I feel like a teapot. Okay, there's something to do with the teapot.
I can relate to that and the little white dog, but not the dog coming from a lady in spirit.
No?
The tartan, Willow, my dog in spirit, which was like losing my child. The teapot was something my granddad used to do.
I remember you telling me that story.
My granddad's connected with me before through medium, and I wouldn't be surprised, but the other stuff I can't relate to.
Well, weirdly, the person I saw in my head does remind me of your nan.
Yeah.
So I wonder whether it could be your granddad showing me your nan.
Oh, well, that'd be my nan. And my nan used to look after Willow when we went on holidays in the door.
Yeah, I definitely can see the lady
She
with the
sits
little
in
white
her
dog
armchair with a little tartan bloody blankets or whatever they are.
Okay.
They're not red tartan, they're cream tartan.
Okay. Okay, so I'll keep going, but I do feel like it does seem to be steering towards you a little bit, so we'll see if we can get anything else. Sometimes there can be crossovers and very similar stories. Okay, what else have we got?
My granddad made me a teapot as well, because he used to make steel. You don't know about that, I don't think. But that's something I inherited when he died, because he made silver steel. He was a silver, what are they called? You know, he used to make silver things. He made me a silver teapot.
Okay. Okay then.
And I've got that.
You've still got it now?
Yeah, I hide money in it.
You what? Hide money in it?
Ooh, there's about £3 in there at the minute.
£3. Oh bless. Okay then, so I'll keep going and just see what we get. Right, okay, so now I can see trees in the distance. I feel like maybe the person in spirit like to go on for a little walk or little walks around parks and lakes. I can just see treetops. Don't know why, I can see treetops. Lots of greenery, and yes, I can sense ducks and a pond of some kind, pondy, lakey kind of thing. Whether this person liked to visit this place to go for a walk, or whether there was somewhere close by, something like that.
I've been walking in the parks quite recently with my friend Mark, and we've
Okay.
been feeding the ducks.
Okay.
I haven't told you that, but
Okay.
I can't walk past the poor things without
Yeah.
giving them some bread.
Yeah, oh bless. Okay then, so it is signalling more towards you, okay.
And there is all trees around there, so.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm paying a lot of attention to the trees. Are you paying attention to the trees?
Yeah, because I'm trying to help him with his anxiety, so I've been like, you know, when you walk, just take notice of things around you. And I was like, look at the different trees, look at different plants, look at the ducks, feed the ducks, Just trying to get him to connect with nature more. That's been happening the last few weeks.
Okay. And now I've got something in my hand, and I feel like it's a medal. So I'm either giving you a medal, or there may be some medals that you may have worn in a uniform or something like that, or kept some kind of medal, whether it's from a sports activity that he might have done, or he's maybe acknowledging a medal that you may have received for something.
I could relate to that in a few ways, like wanting to be proud of me and give me a medal for what I'm trying to do, because he was my inspiration, but he was in the Navy, so he's got a few medals anyway. I think my dad's got them.
Okay, cool. Okay, lovely. So do you feel like I'm with your granddad?
Possibly, yeah.
Should we bring a little bit more?
Come on
just
then.
in case?
Yeah.
Just because we need to know for sure who it is before
Okay,
the message comes
yeah.
through. That's the whole point of it, so we know exactly who's come through. Right, would this person be like, come on, get up, let's do this, let's go, come on. Very motivating.
Very
Right,
motivating.
come on,
Very
get off
positive.
your ass and let's go.
You wouldn't say ass,
Excuse
but
my
it
French.
usually like that, yeah.
Yeah, let's go, let's do it. Come on, we've got this idea, let's just do it now. No thinking about it, no stressing about it, let's just go, we're going now. Very spontaneous. I want to go to the park, Grandad. Yeah, let's go now.
Yeah, he would always do things for the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he had a very, very strong character. Very, very. He was a very big inspiration to you.
Massive, yeah.
Very big inspiration. He was just a go-getter, and whatever he thought of, he would just do it. No worries or stresses or anything like that. I've got my hand on the side of my neck or ear here. Could that relate to like a hearing aid or something to do with this side of the head? Is there something that's going on around the head or neck area?
Not that I can think of.
Or the ear area? Problems with ears?
Don't think so.
No, there's something here.
That might be my nan though, if he's giving the message about my nan.
Yeah. Well, that they can bring up any evidence
She
around
has-
people around you.
Problems with her arteries.
Oh, in her neck, in there,
Yeah.
Okay. I'll see if there's a message about that then. Is there a message about this? Don't stress. She needs to relax.
Yeah.
She needs you to help her.
Yeah.
You need to help her.
Mhm.
You need to help her find ways to, again, an amethyst crystal. You need to help her find ways to stay calm, whether it is health anxiety or anything like that she stresses about.
Mhm.
She definitely needs some kind of grounding or some techniques, or people like yourself just to be around her so she can feel your energy,
That
which will
makes
instantly
sense, yeah.
calm her. Seems to be a bit of a theme going around here, doesn't there? But that tends to happen a lot. So yeah, I feel like you really need to step in and help support her at the moment.
Mhm.
And she needs you, and you're the best person to do that. Okay, and I really do feel that. I think Poppy can help too.
Yeah.
Just being around her will just calm her nerves straight away.
Mhm.
Okay, so maybe spending some time with her, taking her places that she doesn't really want to go on her own because she's
Well,
nervous.
she's been saying for ages that she doesn't want to leave the house and she's anxious and stuff. But I have booked a holiday only to Cornwall for 4 days in August.
She's
And
going
I've
to
said
really
to
do
her,
well there.
I've booked it for you, and she was like, no, I can't go last. And then she come round my house yesterday and said, I'm going to come.
Okay,
I need to be with you and Poppy and do it.
okay,
So that
So,
kind
yeah.
of could make sense.
okay. So you definitely need to maybe do a bit of preparation before you go on holiday, but I do feel that this holiday is going to do really, really good for you.
Good.
It's going to really help her and help her ground and be a little bit more level-headed, not get so stressed, and just being around you and having company.
Yeah.
I think she'll really enjoy that. But one thing I will warn you, which they're telling me, is that when you do go home after the holiday, she might get a bit lonely.
Okay.
So just be mindful of that. So try to go around, or just at least keep in contact for a bit. Because sometimes when you're around people for a long time and then they all disappear, you feel really lonely suddenly.
Mhm.
So I feel like you need to just make sure that maybe ringing her every other day, get Poppy to do it or whatever,
Yeah.
your daughter, or anything like that. But I do feel that you need to check in a bit more, especially after the holiday.
Okay.
Okay?
Cool. Yeah.
But I really do feel that this holiday is the best thing
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
you now. Okay?
Me too. Yeah.
Right,
Thank
okay.
you. Yeah.
Thank you for working with me. Thank you. I'm sorry that I was in the wrong area. Sometimes they do that to me. Right, okay, a bit more water. So I drink water every time to disconnect from one spirit and then to bring in another. It's just a way that we can disconnect and connect again.
You know, when you're connected, then you've seen the little white dog. Obviously, I loved Willow, so I've got to ask this question: did he come through to you, or was my granddad telling you about my nan with Willow?
No, so it was like I saw your nan sitting in a chair and Willow was just sat by her feet.
So you see,
But
yeah.
I could sense that she really enjoyed having that dog.
Yeah.
Like really enjoyed it. It was really good company. She'd look after it like a little baby. She'd really enjoy it.
Okay. Cool.
So that was her little holiday as such, looking after the dog.
Yeah.
She really enjoyed it.
Can I just ask a question?
Yeah.
You've spoken a couple of times, you've mentioned grounding. What does that mean?
Grounding. Okay, so grounding is there's lots of different techniques to do this. It's almost you close your eyes and do something mindful. So like a quick example, like a really good way is do you remember there's like Werther's Original sweets?
Yeah.
Okay, if you imagine one of them above your head and you crack it open and you imagine this thick golden like syrup drips all over you, and it goes all over your head, all over your whole body, all the way down to the floor. Okay, and that's a visualization that you can do to ground you, but the purpose of grounding is to make you feel strong, safe, not flappy. You know, if you're anxious, you're like flappy and stuff. So it keeps you strong and very stable, and all those anxiety feelings and things like that will just drift away. So like, I have to do grounding before I do this, because otherwise I'm going to vibrate, and I'm going to vibrate off into the clouds. So I have to do grounding because I'm connecting to spirit. So I have to do that even more importantly. But say, for example, you're about to go somewhere for the day, you're about to have a conversation with somebody that you don't want to have, and it makes you look anxious, then grounding is the perfect thing to do. There's so many different visualizations. You can imagine big lead-weighted boots on your feet and just feel how heavy they are. You can imagine your feet playing in sand. You can literally physically go and walk on the ground, and that will ground you, because the magnetic energy from the earth will connect you and make you feel grounded.
Thank you.
Okay. I hope that was a good enough explanation. Right then. So let's see if I can connect to anybody else. What are we okay for time? What time are we on?
It is 10 to.
Okay, so I might be able to get one, maybe two. So we'll see. I was aiming for 5 at least, so hopefully, fingers crossed. Okay. Okay, so I feel like now I've got someone of authority. I feel like I'm a very authoritative person. I can speak very articulately. I've got my shoulders back. I'm in some kind of uniform of some kind. Maybe some kind of military leader, or some kind of authoritative position. Yes. I feel like, yeah, I feel quite posh as well. I feel like I've got, I feel quite posh and very, very well spoken, and quite stern and firm. But I almost feel like I'm some kind of teacher or leader of somebody, whether I'm teaching like military or police officers or something like that. I could definitely sense that. Can anybody take anybody of authority? Very tall, quite a strong stance, quite a power about them? No? Okay. We'll see what else we can get. Yeah, I feel like I'm very well spoken. Very well spoken. I feel very tall. I've got a full head of hair, definitely a male. Full head of hair. And I do feel like I've got some kind of medals. I feel like I've got some medals here. I feel like there's some connection with royalty. Whether it's someone that works for royalty or had a strong connection to royalty of some kind. Like some kind of royal family. Maybe a lord or a lady. They could have some connection with them. Yeah, there's definitely something here. I feel like this person is maybe from the very distant past. Maybe a great-grandparent, granddad or something like that. I'm getting some emphasis here. I don't know whether this is like a war wound of some kind as well. I've got medals here, but then I can definitely sense some kind of war wound. I feel like something wounded me in my front left shoulder. Maybe a bullet wound or something, some kind of injury. Could anybody take anything like that? To do with the past, anybody that was in the army or the military or any kind of armed forces? No. There's something here. What is it? What is it? Sometimes I have to try and figure out what they're explaining to me. I get new things every time. There's something here, right, I'm going to get rid of that because I don't know what that is. Okay. So now I suddenly feel like I'm holding a baby. So there's some kind of recognition about a baby in the family or even a baby in spirit. But there's definitely a baby. A young baby wrapped up in a blanket, a small young child. And I feel like this is maybe an acknowledgement, or maybe even, sadly, a baby that is in spirit as well, that is with them. And I feel like they're taking good care of them. I can't tell if the baby's a boy or a girl. I can't see them. Yeah, I am getting more of a sense that this is sadly a baby that was lost. Yeah, and there's definitely an acknowledgement about a baby that's been lost, and I feel quite sad about it. The spirit is very sad about this. Can anybody take it? Yeah. Oh, okay. Is there anybody else that can take that, just out of curiosity? No, so it's definitely with you
She was
still.
3 days old.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And she looked like, although I can still picture her now, because she had something wrong with her lungs.
Okay.
And she just looked like Angela. She was the image of my other daughter.
Oh.
But I miss them so much.
Oh, I bet they do.
Yeah.
Could you maybe take who this man is in spirit? I feel like they're way back though. Way back.
The man in the uniform, well, could have been my dad, because he was in the army.
Okay.
And that, you know.
Did he have quite a powerful stance about him, like a man of power?
Yeah, he was very strict in his ways.
Yeah. And did he ever teach anything? Do you know?
No, not
Like
as
whether he
far as I know.
taught, like
No.
whether he was high up in the army and he taught people things?
No, not as far as I know.
Okay.
No.
I just get that emphasis on that for some reason. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Because I've lost 3 daughters.
Okay. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can get any kind of message or anything about this. But the spirit is definitely sad about this, but they are holding the baby and they're looking after them, even though they're sad about it, but they're taking full care of it. So they're constantly looking after it. It's in his arms, the
I mean,
baby.
it's been a few years, but,
Yeah.
you know, still, you know.
Yeah. It's just a baby wrapped in a blanket. I can't see the baby at all.
No, it's a little girl.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, bless you. Right, okay. So I'll see if I can get another message for you. The message at the minute about this, because I'm still holding the baby, it is just emphasising the fact that he is taking good care of the baby. So please know that he is taking good care of everybody that he can, but in particular, he's taking good care of this baby. He doesn't want you to dwell on the past too much. Unfortunately, it is a sad thing to happen, but there's so much more to be happy about in your life. So just focus on the good stuff. It's absolutely fine to have thoughts about these people that have sadly passed and have a 5-minute think about them and a 5-minute cry, but you just can't dwell in the past. The past is the past and the future is in front of us, and we have to embrace what we've got, be grateful of what we've already got, and just embrace our family, friends and loved ones that are around us right now. Okay, so try to embrace that as best as you can and try not to dwell in the sad pit of sorrow.
Not to do, isn't
I know,
it?
it
Really?
is. So if it brings you any comfort, look out for signs or ask for signs. Feathers, music
We
on
do
the
have
radio.
lots of feathers.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, do you ever get certain coloured feathers?
No, just white.
Just white
and
ones?
I just put them in a little box. And
Yeah, keep them. That is
Yeah.
brilliant, that is brilliant. You'll know when it's for you anyway, because you'll just be walking down the street, it's just there, or it's right on your doorstep or whatever.
That's true. Wherever we go, if it's where we think.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, that's lovely. And you might get a really tiny feather for the
Yes.
baby.
yes, we
Really
do.
teeny
Very
feather.
tiny ones, yeah.
Yeah, so the tiny ones are for the baby,
Yeah. Oh,
and the bigger ones are for others in the
other
family.
daughters.
But if you do want a specific message, it is sometimes hard because you focus on it too much, but you could specifically ask, I want a yellow feather.
Oh,
So and so in spirit,
Yeah.
please give me a yellow feather or a blue feather, and you'll find one. It will
okay,
just appear
yeah.
in the most strangest place.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, quick story, I know I'm supposed to be doing mediumship, but quick story. On my group chat that was on yesterday, a lady was expressing how a lady had passed over and she was told to ask for a message. So she asked for a sign for a feather. Anyway, so the lady was like, well, I've got loads of birds in my garden, so obviously I'm going to have loads of feathers, right? So she said, be specific. So the medium actually said, why don't you ask for a peacock feather? So she asked for a peacock feather. Guess what happened? 4 days later, there's a big, massive, beautiful peacock in her garden.
Really?
That's come from nowhere, and I'm tingling all over as I'm telling you that story.
Dear.
So that just shows how magical it can be. It did take 4 days for it to happen, so it can take time. But if you do ask, you have to be specific about what you ask for, okay? And they will be specific back. Okay, so that's something else that you can do, okay? And anybody can do that. You can be specific about a feather, a stick, a certain bird, whatever. Robins are amazing. You can ask robins to come to you and stuff like that, and they'll come in spirit. Okay, and little birds, especially robins, are spirits.
Yeah, that's what we all say.
So if you think a robin is sitting there looking at you, it is. You're not making it up.
Yeah, when we go to the cemetery, there's normally 2 or 3, and I always say to my son, that's your dad and your sister.
Yeah.
You know.
Good welfare.
Yeah.
So, oh, bless you. Well, thank you for letting me work with you again.
Thank you.
You've obviously got quite a few. What time are we on?
You've got about 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Shall I do a quick 2 minute? Right, let's go. Right, let's see what I've got. Quick. Right. Okay, my knees are starting to feel a little bit arthritic. Sore knees. Somebody in spirit who's got arthritis in their knees. I feel like this was a problem for them. They really struggled getting around, and they found it very, very frustrating and quite irritating. I also feel like this person was the type of person that if you said, oh, go in the wheelchair, they'd be like, no, I'm not going in that wheelchair. I don't want to go in the wheelchair. I'm not sitting on that. You know, I'd rather walk. But then if they can't walk, then how can they go anywhere? So I feel like this person was very defiant, bad knees, wanted to go places, but would refuse to get in a wheelchair. Can anybody take anything to do with that? Anything at all? Or even on one of those little buggy things that sometimes you can rent to go around the shopping mall. Anything like that? Okay. So I can definitely feel a very, very defiant lady. She's quite a character. She's not really slim, but she's not really large either. I would say she's an average kind of woman of her age, maybe in her 70s, something like that. Got a little bit of weight on her, but not massive. And I can sense this really big, long, baggy cardigan. And I feel like she loved this cardigan. But I also feel like she used to get tangled up in it a little bit, and it used to be a bit of a joke. Out. You'd be like, Nan, for God's sake, stop getting tangled up in your cardigan, and it was like a funny thing that used to happen. I don't know if anybody can take anything to do with that, and Nan getting tangled up in a cardigan. No, okay. Right, what else can I get? I can try and be as quick as I can. Right, I can see a lot of yellow. So normally yellow represents happiness and joy. It can represent the stomach and the solar plexus. So I'm getting a lot of sense around here. So I feel like that is signalling to me that maybe there was issues with the stomach and this area. I feel like she was quite a strong person, had a lot of power and was quite powerful, and you wouldn't want to pay her off because she'd tell you off and she'd tell you where to go. But at the same time, I do feel like sadly this is where her ailments and her problems were. If there's anybody that can take anything to do with the stomach issues, gallbladder, not being able to eat, keep food down, anything to do with blockages in the stomach, in the abdomen area. Anybody? Now I've got really bad acid reflux. Okay, so nobody can take that? No, okay, I'm so sorry. So I don't know who this is. I could have carried on a bit further and we might have been able to figure it out. But I'm going to have to ask this spirit to please leave me. Please leave me, and they may come back with the other medium, and they may be able to come through and bring you more messages. But luckily for you guys, because we are a small crowd today, hopefully every single one of you will get a reading. Okay, and I've tried my best to get around as many of you as I could. But the next medium, I will admit, he is the funniest guy I've ever met. So at least you'll have a good laugh as well. He's been making me laugh all morning. So he's really, really good sense of character. And so I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And thank you so much for working with me. And thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you. Didn't cry, didn't need the tissues after all.